Greetings and welcome. This is Rajiv Makni on the Cell Guru Show. It's kind of a Holi special, kind of a Apple SE special, kind of a other big thing special also. So the big story, the iPhone SE 2022. We will unbox it, we will review it, and we'll also give you a quick look at the iPhone 13 green phone. The budget iPhone SE gets a major upgrade with 5G, A15 BIONIC chipset. The old design feels very dated though. There's only Touch ID, thick bezels. So did Apple do enough with it? Should you buy this if your budget is 40,000 rupees? We will take a look at that. We'll also do a comparison, the iPhone SE versus the iPhone 12 mini versus the iPhone 11. Not much difference in price point, so which is a better buy right now? We'll also review the iQoo 9 SE, premium looking phone, nice dual tone back. It's a very gaming and performance centric device with 120Hz display, good 66 watt power charger with it for ultra fast charging. Priced well too, 33,990. And of course, partially if it's our Holi special, how can we not do this story? And we'll close it all with how to elevate your photos this Holi with a quick chat with ROHIT, VOHRA, professional photographer. Our top story today is this, the iPhone SE 2022. We'll actually unbox it, we'll review it, we'll compare it with some Android value flagships. So, super thin and light, most affordable 5G iPhone now, entry level. This display is really small, but if you like that kind of a thing, this is perfect, 4.7-inch display. The processor is the game changer, same as the iPhone 13 and 13 Pros, the A15 BIONIC chipset. Better battery backup from previous generation SE. The single camera is still single, but still amazing. No change in design. That's, I think, the part that is really putting off. 18-watt charging, but no charger in the box. Prices start at 43,900. Now, we're also going to tell you a little bit about this price point of about 40,000 rupees, which is the real phone to buy.
There's an affordable iPhone out. Nah, Apple hasn't dropped prices on the 13 series just yet. 2 years after the launch of the iPhone SE, Cupertino is back with a slightly refreshed 5G enhanced take on the classic. Is it the value flagship of your dreams? Find out in Cell Guru's iPhone SE 2022 review. Apple's mantra with the iPhone SE seems to be, why change something that works? The design of the 2022 iPhone SE is the same as last year's model, which in itself was the same design as 2017's iPhone 8. Very brave, Apple. 5 years and a lifetime in the technology space, and nobody would call the iPhone SE's design fresh. You will find a single camera at the back, while the front has massive bezels straight out of, well, 2017. What it is, however, is an extremely compact phone. The iPhone SE 2022 will easily slip into the skinniest of jeans. The display comes in at a tiny 4.7 inches. No, you don't get any additional features like a high refresh rate panel, and the resolution tops off at 720p. Color reproduction and brightness levels are plenty good, but it is hard to get around the small size of the screen if you are accustomed to modern day smartphones. Of course, the phone includes iPhone essentials like an IP67 rating. You will find stereo speakers as well, though watching multimedia content on the tiny display is far from the best experience. You will find the tried and trusted Touch ID here. Sure, it's no under-display fingerprint reader or Face ID, but it works reliably well, and we found it to be quick to unlock the phone. So what does the iPhone SE excel at? Blistering performance for one. Packing an A15 BIONIC processor, the same as the one found in the iPhone 13, the iPhone SE is as future-proof as smartphones come. Not only will it blow through any game you throw at it today, but should be future-proofed for any easy 4 to 5 years. There's value in that. We tested out a standard suite of games like Genshin Impact and Call of Duty Mobile. Predictably, the iPhone SE is a pocket rocket that will scorch through any and all games you throw at it. Performance is the one thing you have no need to be concerned about. Battery life, on the other hand, is something you'll definitely have to watch out for. The compact phone has a compact battery to go with it, and performance-heavy tasks take a serious toll on battery life. Looking at doing a lot of gaming, you'll want to keep the charger handy. Charging too is pretty slow at 18 watt, and a full charge takes well over an hour. What about the cameras? In a world of triple camera or even quad camera setups, the iPhone SE makes do with a single shooter at the back. What it lacks in the number of sensors, the iPhone SE makes up with the quality of images. The 12-megapixel sensor delivers fantastic dynamic range with excellent control over highlights and shadows. It takes full benefit of the updated HDR capabilities of the A15 BIONIC chipset. Portrait mode too is best in class, and you'll get stunning results. The camera also shines at low light photography. Meanwhile, the 7-megapixel front-facing camera isn't quite as good, and there's a certain softness to the shots. That said, in good light, you can get some very good shots. Portrait mode, like the rear camera, has excellent segmentation. Now, despite being Apple's value-priced offering, the iPhone SE isn't exactly cheap. Priced starting at 43,900 rupees, the phone wins out in sheer performance, but there is really no looking past the dated design and missing features like secondary cameras. The phone makes a good case for itself as an affordable entry into the iOS ecosystem or for someone in the market for a high-performance smartphone. But value flagships on the Android side offer a whole lot more bang for your buck. Potential buyers might want to look at options like OnePlus 9 RT. Powered by the Snapdragon 888 chipset, the phone has more than enough power under the hood. More importantly, it bundles that with a modern design. The 6.62-inch 120Hz display makes the iPhone SE's screen look positively ancient. You also get an excellent 50-megapixel primary camera paired up with a 16-megapixel ultra-wide sensor and a 2-megapixel macro lens. The significantly larger 4500 mAh battery easily goes a full day, and when it comes to charging the phone, 65 watts support ensures you can top up in less than half an hour. Priced at 42,999 rupees, the value can't be beaten. Got a slightly higher budget, the Samsung Galaxy S21 FE is another stellar option to consider. It's got Qualcomm's flagship chipset from 2021, a gorgeous 6.4-inch 120Hz screen as well as Gorilla Glass Victus up front. The phone one-ups OnePlus by including an 8-megapixel telephoto sensor alongside the 12-megapixel ultra-wide and wide-angle cameras. Priced at 54,999 rupees, the Samsung Galaxy S21 FE offers an excellent balance of value, specs and experience.
We have another quick story for you. We'll take a quick look at the iPhone 13 Pro Alpine Green. So there's no real difference in that phone at all other than the color. So all we're going to do is show you the color. If you like, this is the color because it's supposed to be the color of the season, and this is the phone for you to get.
The color of nature, the color of the season, and yes, the color of money. Green is doing the rounds. Alongside a refreshed iPhone SE and iPad Air, Apple has one more thing for the fans, the iPhone 13 and 13 Pro in stunning shades of green. We have got the Alpine Green iPhone 13 Pro and it exudes understated premiumness. Unlike the regular iPhone 13, Apple has taken a muted approach with the 13 Pro. The frosted back panel shows off just a hint of the nature-inspired color. Under the right light, it can even look aquamarine. The color is distinctive, sophisticated and unassuming, yet chic enough to turn heads. Nothing else has changed and it's the same iPhone 13 Pro that you love with A15 BIONIC chipset and triple rear camera. And it is now available in a gorgeous Alpine Green shade.
Our next story is the iPhone SE versus the iPhone 12 mini versus the iPhone 11. Now, all of them are almost priced the same, even though there are generational gaps between all of them. So which is the best phone to buy?
Apple took to stage earlier this year to announce a new budget-minded iPhone. The iPhone SE 2022 edition builds on the 2020 model with an upgraded processor, a larger battery while keeping a fairly low price as far as iPhones go. Sounds exciting? Hold up. Priced at 43,900, the iPhone SE certainly is an affordable option from Apple, but it is far from the only one. Let's take a look at how the phone compares to the iPhone 11 and the iPhone 12 mini, two devices that deserve more than a glance from prospective buyers. Deciding between the three devices is fairly simple. Value maximum performance for your money? The iPhone SE 2022 wins the round with its A15 BIONIC chipset, as the iPhone 11 has an older A13 BIONIC chipset. However, it still packs enough power for most tasks and games. The A14 BIONIC chipset on the 12 mini, of course, powerful enough for day-to-day tasks. A large part of the iPhone SE's appeal is the compact size, but the phone makes a lot of trade-offs to hit that balance of size, performance and value. The iPhone 11 has a much more modern design with slimmer bezels and a notch. The iPhone 12 mini combines the latest design language with an extremely comfortable 5.4-inch screen that sits perfectly between the 4.7-inch panel of the iPhone SE and the 6.1-inch panel of the iPhone 11. So if you're looking for the larger display, iPhone 11 should be the top choice. The iPhone 11 tosses in a second 12-megapixel ultra-wide camera to go along with the primary 12-megapixel sensor. The iPhone SE has just one camera. The iPhone 11 also gives the selfie camera an upgrade to 12 megapixel compared to the 7 megapixel sensor on the iPhone SE. The iPhone 11 also gives the selfie camera an upgrade to a 12 megapixel compared to the 7 megapixel sensor on the iPhone SE. Other differences include a larger battery as well as Face ID support, both of which add to give users a more complete package. Priced at $47,900, the iPhone 11 easily justifies the 4,000 rupees price bump over the iPhone SE. Available for $49,999, the iPhone 12 mini sports an OLED panel with HDR capabilities and the ability to hit 1200 nits of peak brightness. Moreover, the iPhone 12 mini gets you MagSafe support. The only con? Battery life. The small size and the high performance internals mean that the iPhone 12 mini just doesn't have the longevity of the larger iPhones. Overall, while the iPhone SE 2022 might come across as a great deal, most users looking for a great balance of price and performance would be better served with the iPhone 11. Able to stretch your budget a bit more? The iPhone 12 mini is the one to get for its excellent display and the addition of MagSafe.
Next up is the iQoo 9 SE. Now, iQoo coming up with a lot of launches in between. It completely and absolutely went into a pause mode, but now many coming in. The 9 SE is focusing on gamers and performance-heavy users. Premium look, really nice dual-tone back, Snapdragon 888 processor, 8 GB of RAM, 120Hz display, 48 megapixel triple rear camera, nice fast charger, ultra-fast charging with a 66-watt charger in the box, and pricing very nice, $33,990.
It's a Game of Thrones among value flagships, and finding the right balance of price, performance and all the other embellishments that users value can make the difference between being a hit or a miss. The iQoo 9 SE is setting its sights on gamers looking for maximum performance without breaking the bank. Does it bring the heat, or is it too hot to handle? Let's find out in the Cell Guru review of the iQoo 9 SE. The iQoo 9 SE plays it safe with a design that is right in line with phones like the OnePlus 9 RT. That comes as no surprise considering the shared BBK heritage. There is a glass back and front sandwiched between a metal frame. It might not be the most distinctive looking phone on the market, but the build quality and finish do give the iQoo 9 SE a premium sheen. Additionally, the curved edges go a long way towards making the phone comfortable to hold. However, it is the front of the phone where you can truly make out the difference. The 6.62-inch display is capable of up to 120Hz refresh rate. While that might be par for the course, the 1200 nits of peak brightness isn't all that common in the segment. The phone is easily viewable even under direct sunlight. Moreover, it makes watching HDR content an incredible experience. And yes, the 120Hz panel has a variable refresh rate to extend battery life further. iQoo is counting its gaming pedigree with its deep focus on haptics as well as audio. The phone has a linear vibration motor that makes sure you feel every shot you take. Elsewhere, there are dual stereo speakers. We found that the lower speaker was just a bit louder than the top speaker, which can make it sound a bit imbalanced. On the performance side, the iQoo 9 SE is equipped with a Snapdragon 888 processor. Now, this might be Qualcomm's flagship from last year, but it is no slouch. The phone manages high-end games like Genshin Impact just fine with the settings cranked up to the max. Similarly, playing Call of Duty Mobile is an excellent experience. That said, the phone has a tendency to warm up over long gaming sessions despite the large vapor chamber. Battery life proved to be good but not amazing. The 4500 mAh cell lasts a full day as long as you are careful with use. Heavy gaming will definitely put a dent in battery life and you will be reaching for the charger by the end of the day. Thankfully, charging is quick enough. The included 66-watt charger takes the phone from 0 to 100 in about 35 minutes. It is clear that some compromises have been made to hit the incredible price point. iQoo is prioritizing performance over cameras, and that shows in the imaging setup. The phone has a 48 megapixel primary camera paired up with a 13 megapixel wide-angle sensor and a 2 megapixel mono camera. No telephoto sensors here. The primary camera does a decent job with good dynamic range. Shots tend to be on the saturated side but will look good on social media. Low-light imaging is definitely not the iQoo 9 SE's strong suit. There is some noise and aggressive noise reduction at play. The wide-angle camera is strictly serviceable and there is some obvious distortion around the edges. Coming to the 16 megapixel front camera, we were suitably impressed with the color reproduction and high-quality edge detection in portrait mode. All in all, priced at 33,990 rupees, the iQoo 9 SE is clearly designed to appeal to a certain kind of user. If you value and performance, the iQoo 9 SE will be right up your street. However, the camera package isn't best in class, making the phone less of an all-rounder.
Let's take a quick break right now on the show. When we come back, lots more happening. Now, this is a great story. Rubina will take this story, tips and tricks on how to click Holi pictures with your smartphone, an interview with ROHIT, VOHRA, professional photographer. That very famous picture you've been seeing on the net, Barsana Holi, he's the one who took it.
Holi, the festival of colors, mischief with water fights, and a great opportunity to click some amazing shots. I know I'm one of those who's afraid to take out their smartphone to click those shots, and I know many of you are as well. But if your phone is water resistant and dust resistant, then why not? Hi, I'm Rubina Mung, and today I'm joined by ace photographer ROHIT, VOHRA. Hi Rohit, thank you for coming on our show. And before we get to the main story of how to elevate our Holi pictures and videos, I want to know that you recently made a trip to Barsana, right? How was the experience there, because you shot Holi there?
It's always an incredible experience. I've been shooting there for last 12 years now. And this year, I think people came out with a vengeance. Last year was dull. So a lot of people came in this year from all over the country, as far as South India to North India. So a lot of people, and the mood was truly electric.
Rohit, you're especially known for clicking viral pictures, especially during festive season, right? What are the tips you can give us on how we can elevate our Holi clicking experience? What are the features we can use in our camera app that can enhance our photographs this Holi?
So I would say, most of the cameras now are very smart, and they have a lot of features, including the portrait mode or the wide angle mode. I would say play around with the portrait mode a lot, because with the available light that is there, especially in festivals like Holi, I think you'll get really incredible kind of fast, where you can freeze the moment kind of shots. And portraits are always a pleasure to take, and especially when you're clicking family, I think you'll get some really incredible shots with that. Go out and play with those modes, and I think you'll be able to get some beautiful pictures. What I would like to add is try the cinematic mode. Cinematic mode is really beautiful if you want to get that film-like experience in your videos. You can try macro, which is also new in today's world, and take pictures of close-up of gulal, water droplets, skin and color on the faces. I think try with these three modes, and I think you'll be able to get some really beautiful pictures.
That's amazing. But what do you suggest for people who don't have a premium phone, how they can click a creative shot this Holi?
I would say, when you're taking pictures of Holi, what is important is that you go close to people. Whatever phone you have, try to go as close as possible to people and click those pictures. They will stand out, whether it's a smartphone or an old kind of phone which you have and it doesn't have that technology these days. Go close, click smiles, click people playing around with in a festival like Holi. I would say just try that.
Thank you so much, Rohit, for coming, and a very happy Holi.
Thank you, same to you, Rubina.
That then was the Cell Guru show for this week. Thank you so much as always for tuning in. We've got a great show for you next week. Do join me then.